Before beginning the installation, check that each profile and milling conforms to the measurements given in the technical manual. Place the jambs and transom on trestles, taking care to position the jambs on the locking side. Drill pilot holes in the top transom corresponding to the jamb connections. Apply a silicon bead in the fixing area at both ends of the top transom. Fit the jamb and the transom, inserting a 42 mm wooden block to centre the millings of jamb and transom at both ends. Use 6 by 120 mm screws. It is possible to use a clamp to align jamb and transom. After having cut carefully the top locking profile as indicated in the technical manual, drill pilot holes on the transom for fixing. Apply a continuous silicon bead. Also, seal the profile heads. Insert top locking profile in the transom corresponding to the external milling, sending it in support of the lock side frame jamb. Fit the profile using 4.5 by 60 mm screws. After having carefully cut the top guide as indicated in the technical manual, position it in the correct milling of the transom and send it to contact the fixed sash frame jamb. Then drill pilot holes to facilitate the fixing that will be carried out later. Cut the brush holder profile carefully, as indicated in the technical manual. Place it in the correct seating position. Check the accuracy of the measurements, ensuring that the brush holder profile contacts the top transom perfectly. Drill pilot holes. Apply a silicon bead in the matching position. Insert the brush before fixing the profile. Attach the brush holder profile with 4.5 by 60 mm screws starting from the external side. Arrange a drop of silicone to the base of the profile to waterproof it. Fit a wood batten of the same length as the top transom corresponding to the jamb base in order to maintain the squareness of the frame. Make sure that fixing screws are hidden by cover plugs. Lift the frame. Insert it in the opening framework, making sure that the jambs are perfectly plumb by using wooden wedges. Cut the rail as indicated in the technical manual. Place the rail, bringing it in contact with the fixed sash frame jamb, checking the alignment and perfect squareness using a set square on the inside of the frame jamb. Mark the drilling point on the floor for the installation of the wedges, corresponding to the pilot holes in the rail. Temporarily remove the profile to drill the holes in the floor. Then clean and insert the 6 mm anchors. Apply a silicon bead along the length of the rail on the external side. Attach with 3.5 by 40 mm screws. Fit the sealing pad to the low rail, trimming it as indicated. No need to trim it when fitted to the high standard rail. Cut the top cap and insert it in the seat. Cut the carriage rod accurately as indicated in the technical manual. Insert the rod in the carriages and tighten the grub screws firmly. Make sure that the front and back roller carriages are in the down position. Insert the carriage assembly in the milled groove of the moving sash, making sure there is no glue or debris in the groove that could misalign the position of the carriages or affect their operation. Attach the cut pin holder profile as indicated in the technical handbook, using 3.5 by 30 mm screws. Avoid positioning them where the lock pins will be installed later. Unscrew the connecting screws at the bottom of the lock assembly. Insert the connecting carriage rod guide in the centre of the sash. Trim the lock faceplate as indicated in the technical manual. Check that the lock is in locked position. Pin strike jaws down, handle up. If the height of the sash is more than 240 cm, fit an extension with an additional locking point. For doors, open the central locking point. Attach the lock starting from the connecting screw with the front carriage. Seal with silicone the external milling of the low transom and the contact area of the gasket tab. Insert the seal gradually without stretching it. Trim surplus seal from both ends. Insert the inside seal gradually without stretching it. Trim surplus seal from both ends. Temporarily fit the sliding sash on the rail and fix the correct top guide. Slide the sash to the lock jamb, ensuring that the sash and jamb fit perfectly. If the sash and jamb fit is not perfectly parallel, adjust the squareness of the jamb and reclose the sash, checking that it closes square to the frame. Remove the moving sash and its guide. Secure the frame with 7.5 by 120 mm frame screws. We suggest you consult the technical manual for correct frame screws to suit different wall materials. Position the screws along the frame perimeter with 70 to 80 cm spacing. Trim the profile accurately according to the technical manual. Position it in its groove after having put silicone in the internal part. Carry out the pre-drilling of the profile or fix it directly with 3.5 by 35 mm screws, starting from the inside.